Here we are again, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to try this again. And let's go. Well, it is I don't know what's going on with this technology, guys, but we're gonna do our best to make our way through it. Welcome back to the hashtag Brothers of Baseball show. It's on, of course, the BGC Sports Network. And for some reason we are not live on Twitter, but maybe we are. I can't tell. Let's see. Anyway, nope, we're not live on Twitter, so we need to do something about that. I don't know what's going on there, so I apologize to all of the Twitter folks out there. So we are back for the second segment, and Anna's here, Mike is here, and we're going to get into our teams here in just a moment, just in case you missed it in the first segment. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know what's going on. But no, in the first segment, I did talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I want to ask you guys about the ugly that I had and the good, bad, and the ugly here in just a minute. Before we move any further, though, this second segment, it is being brought to you by Lake Crest Casino and Resort. Are you looking for a relaxing getaway where you can play all day and escape the tedious grind of life? Then plan your getaway today at Lake Crest Casino and Hotel, Ardmore's premier gaming destination, and let the winning begin. Featuring more than 1,000 of the latest games, plus an array of amenities, including an incredible restaurant, exceptional retail experiences, and a resort-style pool. Lake Crest offers everything you need for an unforgettable escape and a winning experience. Book your stay today and go all in on one of the area's most exciting destinations, Lake Crest Casino and Hotel, lakecrestcasino.com. Again, lakecrestcasino.com. Mike, Anna, how are y'all doing?
Good. How's everybody doing tonight?
Well, I don't know. I'm confused. I don't know what's going on with this technology, and it's making me pretty mad.
I got it.
But anyway, Anna, what about yourself?
I'm doing okay. Twins, accomplished a series win against the Boston Red Sox. I was hoping to win one. We won two. So feeling pretty good going into the week.
Yeah. And that's always a good thing whenever your team wins. And we should all three of us be very happy from this past week. So we're going to get to that here in just a second. But as I was saying, in the first segment, I talked about the good, the bad, and the ugly. And the ugly is the injury realization that is going on between or amongst a lot of stars. And one in particular is Mike Trout. He's headed to the IL once again. I just want to know from you guys, because you guys are a lot smarter than I am. Anna, especially you. You might be smarter than both me and Mike put together. But are we going to ever see Mike Trout play a full season again?
I don't think so. I mean, I wasn't even hopeful going into this year, but a lot of people were, and not because I don't think he's capable of it, but because he's just not shown us that he can not be injured. Him and I liken him and Byron Buxton a lot to each other, like pretty close. Obviously, Mike Trout, much bigger contract. I think people consider him a significantly larger superstar than they do Byron Buxton. But, Byron Buxton still is a baseball superstar, just probably not at that same caliber. But, we haven't seen consistently that Mike Trout can be healthy. And so I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I don't think we ever see a full season healthy for him. When was the last time we saw it? Have we seen it?
Got to be at least 5 years. 4 or 5.
I don't know how long it's been, but it's been too long. Too long. And I'm starting to think that we're never going to see Mike Trout not only not play a full season, but never in the postseason again.
Oh, I mean, how old is he now? 33, 32? I mean,
he's actually he is 31.
4?
No. He's 33. Bryce Harper's 32. He's been in the league for 15 years, and Harper's been in the league for 14 years. So I'm like you guys. I just don't think it's going to happen. And go ahead.
I just think his better days are behind him. I mean, if he could stay healthy, he'd be a monster. But it's just, consistently getting hurt year after year. And, there were talks of the last couple of years the Phillies were going to go after him, but you don't want to pay that headache. I mean, the Phillies are already like in the top 3 of salaries, and we don't need that dead money.
No.
I mean, we're trying to get younger, not older.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I hear you, man. And I don't know, man. I just hate to see it. Okay.
Hey, your A's are on fire.
Yeah. We're gonna get to that in just a second, but I gotta say a couple things real quick. First of all, Mr. First Down, Guards Ball, #Guards Ball. Appreciate you checking in. He's actually on Twitter, so somebody's able to watch us somewhere. Oh, nice. We are on the Mafia Members Podcast Twitter page. That's what it is. So, Mr. Guard or Mr. First Down, if you can do us a favor and tell everybody that we are also on Instagram TV, and we're also on Facebook through my personal page, and we're also on YouTube through the DHI, also BGC Sports Network, and Mafia Members YouTube channel. For whatever reason, my Twitter didn't connect. Again, I think there's some higher powers or some lower powers out there that's trying to keep us from getting this thing where we want to go, but we off and running anyway. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get to the week that was before this show is over with. So let's talk about the Phillies. The Phillies, Mike. So great week for you guys. 2 out of 3 from the Nats, and then 2 out of 3 from your nemesis, the Arizona Diamondbacks. No offensive issues for the most part of the week. And there was a downpour in your area on Saturday. Give us a weekend or week review of what the Phighting Phills did.
As you said, they took 2 or 3 from the Nats. Got back on track as they should against the Nationals. Took 2. They lost the heartbreaker today, 11-9, in extra innings, which they were down like 7-0. They came back, tied at 8-8. I didn't see the end, but hey, you keep taking 2 out of 3, 3 out of 4. I mean, you're bound to win 90 games. Taking 2 out of 3 from Arizona, who's right now 18-16. The Phil's are 19-15. So hey, everybody's battling for the wild card. Those 2 wild cards right now, and the Phil's are right in the thick of it. Today Ranger Suarez came back after being out, the past month, 6 weeks, and just got lit up on his first outing. But hey, that remains to be seen. But Phil's going with a 6-man rotation right now, so I don't know where Taiwan Walker might end up back in the bullpen, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, and when you're able to beat the team that prevented you from getting to the World Series a couple of years ago, that's always got to feel good, right?
Yeah, no. I mean, they go down to Tampa starting Tuesday, and Shane, I guess they'll be playing at the Yankees the spring training complex in Tampa. So
the Phillies and the Rays, they rematch of the
2008 World Series.
08 World Series, yeah. All right, Anna. So the Twins. Let's talk about the swinging twin. Oh, wait a minute. This is swinging A's. It's the Twinkies. Let's talk about the Twinkies. The Minneapolis St. Paul Twins. Let's talk about them. Go ahead.
Well, we started the week against Cleveland and a 4-game series. We won the first game 11-1. I was like, wow, maybe they're not going to have our number this year. And then we lost 3, the 3 after that first one. So we won that first game 11-1 and then lost the next 3. And then we lost our first game against Boston, a mini 4-game losing streak. But then we won the last 2. So I wanted going into the Boston series after the end of the Guardian series, I was hoping for, like, can we at least win one against the Red Sox? And we won 2 and won the series. So you can't be mad about that. I mean, I saw a lot of Boston fans, you know, on Twitter here saying, oh, you know, we should have beat this team. This team is not as bad as the record shows. We've been talking about that. You know, I mean, there's some good stuff here. Has it all been showing up at once? No, but we've had some injuries. We've been talking about this for weeks. So I'm feeling, you know, decent ending out the week here, winning that series against the Red Sox.
And guess what? Right on cue. Right on cue. You get a shout out. Congrats to Anna and the Twins for taking the series from the Red Sox. So we appreciate you, Adam, for chiming in, man.
Checking in.
Awesome. Yeah, man, that's awesome.
Much obliged.
Now we can get some, if we can get some Philly love and some not
Oaktown.
Not Oakland.
Athletics.
Oaktown 357.
I don't care what city they play in. I'm calling them Oakland.
Coming back to Philly, I'm telling you.
No, that's not going to happen.
They're
Stop
going to come back to the original place.
No, that's not going to happen.
Philly A's.
That's fake news. Fake news.
We'll have the Phillies and the A's.
All right, so my Oakland A's had a solid
Your Philadelphia A's.
Stop it.
Philly A's, come back home.
All right, maybe they may actually be better than the Phillies. How about that? But anyway, no, we're not going to go
They
there.
were.
We're not
many years ago.
We're not going to go there. So a solid week for my Oakland A's. Took 3 out of 4 from the Rangers. And what I'm so happy about that series is because we just took 2 out of 3 from the Rangers last week in West Sacramento. The Rangers have had our number essentially for the last 3 or 4 years. And for the A's to take 3 out of 4 in Arlington, right down the street from where I live, it was pretty dope. And then in the series against Miami, the Fish, I tweeted you guys, or I texted you guys on Saturday saying, yo, we are up, but then we lost because Mason Miller blew a save. And I forgot the hitter's name from the Marlins that hit the 3-run shot. Actually, it may have been it wasn't a grand slam. It was a 3-run shot in the bottom of the 9th, and they stole game 2 from us, but we were able to come back in the nightcap, in the rubber match on Sunday and get the victory as we head on off into the sunset. So a solid series, or a solid week of series for both of all 3 of our squads. Very happy. We are all 3 happy campers for this episode. Right?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So I want to put this up on the screen because I had it on the outline for a couple of weeks ago, and we got about 5 minutes left to go in the segment. So we're going to go ahead and take care of this now. I want you guys to take a look at this list. Okay. Mm-hmm. Do you guys see the list there? Can you see it?
I can. I'm on my.
Yeah.
Okay.
Freddie Freeman, Jose Altuve, Andrew McCutchen.
Yes.
Paul Goldschmidt.
So these are the active players that have the most hits. And MLB.com had a story up a few weeks ago about there being 34 former major leaguers that have hit at least, or that have had at least 3,000 hits. So that got me to thinking, who's going to be next? And as we read it here, Freddie Freeman has 2293, and this is all as of game day, before game day on Sunday. So Freddie Freeman is leading the pack with 2293, Jose Altuve at 2266, Andrew McCutchen, and so forth and so on. Here's my question to not only you two guys, but to everybody out there that's checking us out all over social media. Do we think that we're going to ever see anybody get to 3,000 hits in a career? Anna.
I do. I know there's people ahead of him on there. I actually can't. What number? I think Manny Machado is probably next. Just amount of career left, amount of hits that he's averaging per year. He's been decently healthy for the most part. So yeah, I 100% think we're going to see more. Freddie Freeman has a chance. Altuve, I mean, they both have, depends on the, as an aged, if you will, baseball player, it's always hard to know if you're going to be at the same level at, 38, 39 as you are in your late mid to late 30s. So,
Right.
I think it depends on those two. I think there's a shot, but I think Manny Machado, I think he gets there for sure.
What about you, Mike? What do you think?
Just to piggyback off what Anna said, I could see Freddie Freeman, Jose Altuve, Manny Machado. I wish I could see that list better, but like I said, I'm on my iPhone, but
Okay,
who else is on that list in the top 5?
In the top 5, you have Freddie Freeman, Jose Altuve, Andrew McCutchen, Paul Goldschmidt, Manny Machado, Nolan Arenado, Carlos Santana, DJ LeMahieu, Xander Bogaerts, Bryce Harper. That's 1 through 10. And Bryce Harper has 17, right at 1,700. Freddie Freeman has right at 2,300. I personally don't think that anybody's going to get there. I don't. I just don't.
I mean, Goldschmidt, he's having a nice year, but I don't think he'll get there.
I don't think that anybody on this list is going to get there. Now, and maybe I should have phrased the question differently, because on this list, it would appear to me, because if you look at it, or if I can read it to you, everybody that's on this list has been in the league for at least 12 years. And the one that has been on the list the least amount is Mookie Betts, and he is at 12 years, and he's already 32 years old. So yeah. It's going to take probably this next generation in order for that to happen. That's just my opinion. I just can't see it really happening. So I thought that was a pretty cool little thing that we could discuss. And I like talking about the history of the game and overall stats and comparing them to like yesteryear and what we have going on. And another reason too why I don't think it's going to happen is because of the way that the game is played right now. You don't have these players playing 155 games anymore.
Well, so, the pitch clock, that's definitely a new rule. I like it, it speeds up the game. I mean, these 4 or 5 hour games is just too much. I know you got a lot of traditionalists out there, but I'll take a pit. To me, it's kind of like the NFL, where they're just tinkering with a lot of stuff. So, not to get on the NFL, but
yeah, I actually do have something a little bit off baseball topic that we're going to dive into here after the break. So
nice.
Up next in the third segment, we're going to begin the third segment with fair or foul. I've got some statements that I'm going to read to Mike and Anna, and they have to tell me whether they think it's fair if they believe it, or if it's foul if they don't believe it. So, Big Game, Christian Sports Network, Anna, Mike, Willie, y'all come on back and holler at us.